Hey everyone, how have y'all been recently? We are back on the podcast. For today, the podcast is going to be about the JFK assassination and my conspiracy on that assassination here. So if I sound sick, or if I sound like stuffy and whatnot, I am a little sick right now. But we are going to be talking about the JFK assassinations. I'm going to go put my clip. I'm going to put my microphone back on the table. We're talking about the JFK assassinations and what I think actually happened versus what the government tells us. So, we'll start with the government perspective. I don't remember the exact dates, but I'm going to look those up real quick. So, let me get let's look up the exact dates here. Okay. So, the government says, that Lee Harvey Oswald was the one and only man to kill JFK in his car in Dallas, Texas. In the convertible he was in, with the bullet landing in the person with one of the bullets, or the bullet going through Kennedy, down and coming out of him, and it's like his leg or knee, and then going in to the person sitting in front of him, going into like their back, right? On November 22nd, 1963. That was what the government said. And they said that Lee Harvey Oswald was sitting up in the building, I forget what the building's called, up in that building with his sniper rifle, and he shot Kennedy. So, that's what the government tells us. And it tells us that it was Lee Harvey Oswald, and it was just Lee Harvey Oswald, and it was only him. Right? But then you go into looking at the videos, which I can't show you a clip of it, or I would literally get like striked or something. I can't show you a video, but the video shows his head exploding from this part, like going back. But if he would have been shot from the back, which is where he was shot, which is where he was supposedly shot from by Lee Harvey Oswald, from the back of him would have gone through here, and his back of the head would have exploded, not the front of his head. Bullets don't work bullets work wherever you hit, it's gonna mostly blow up, right? The front, not the back. Unless you're a military helmet where you shot through and you had some oxygen, but whatever. That's really big rounds with the gun he was shooting. I don't think it was a big of a caliber. Let's see. I'm looking for it. Hold up. So, the bullet was just under 3 inches for just the main part, and most of that caliber. See, I'm not sure if I spelled that right. So a 91-38 rifle. So nowhere big enough to blow the front part open. So at least that's what I think. I'm pretty sure it's not big enough to blow the front part of his head open. So it wouldn't have been possible from the back of his head to get blown open like that. and I've seen multiple people test that theory on YouTube. But that's what the government said, and they said, and there's so much about it in Dallas, which is exactly why, if you go there after hearing this podcast, you're gonna kind of see the perspectives of what the government says versus what the people said versus the conspiracy that I have and that I share with, I think, some people that I know, and the people that I've seen on YouTube. We kind of all share the same conspiracy because it's literally impossible for that to happen with the bullet he was shooting. And he missed the first shot, but he hit the second shot. And according to the government, it shot him here. And that would not have, if he was sitting like this, hit him here, would have pretty much just through here, if his head's kind of down, through the neck, into the back of the chair, and right through. Head would not have come forward. Just saying. Just saying. You watch the clip, his head like explodes out. Huh? So there's where you get your iffy from the government. So that's where I kind of stop the government, because it kind of seems kind of false, you know what I mean? So after that, I started looking into it after I went to that place, looking into what happened. And my conspiracy theory is that there was 2 shooters, because if you go to the place, it says they heard a shot come from, there's a grove. So this is the car. Right here was like a little grass patch where everyone was just sitting, and they heard a shot come from there. Right? Heard a shot come from there. But apparently the only person who shot was Lee Harvey Oswald, which means there was 2 shooters. Ooh, government got you there. But since my conspiracy theory first 2 shooters would explain Lee Harvey Oswald missing the first shot, and the other guy returning fire, or the other guy shooting as well. Lee Harvey Oswald misses. He realized the dude misses. Bam! All I'm saying, head split open, because you think about it. If you're sitting, sorry. If you put a ballistics dummy head and you shoot it, you're mostly gonna see what the caliber he was using. The caliber they were using. It would have exploded the back of his head, not the front. The caliber they were using, you hit him in the face, explode face. Hit him in the back, explode the back. Exactly why my conspiracy theory is they hit him. There was 2 shooters, Lee Harvey Oswald and 1 more. And there's actually video evidence that is gone from the face of the earth, even though not really. The government has it and they've hid it. There's video evidence of a shooter in that grove, in that grass patch. There's evidence. The government can't find it. They can't find it. What? How can you not find visual evidence that you have? That you have on you? It's in your, documents. How could you not find that? It's the simplest thing to find. Also, brand new LSU hat. Yes, sir. But how can you not find that? It's literally the easiest thing you're missing out there. So I just think it's kind of odd that all of a sudden they don't know where this footage is that shows there was somebody at that grass area. I think it's called the grass. The grassy knoll. Sorry, the grassy knoll. So it says, this is a Washington Post. That says, Umbrella Man, an inside job. So long for fake news, right? as an assassination of President John Kennedy, and scores of conspiracy theorists is united. One author estimated conspiracy theorists had accused 42 groups, 82 assassins, and 214 people named of being involved in the assassination. According to a 2013 poll, no more less than 62% of Americans believe there was a broader plot beyond just Lee Harvey Oswald on the 6th floor overlooking De La Plaza in Dallas. I have the same conspiracy theory as these people right here. Literally, I believe there was a second shooter. For the one reason of his face. For the one reason of what happened. That is the one reason why I believe why there was two shooters. So that's why I definitely, completely believe there is two shooters. But they caught Lee Harvey Oswald, but they didn't catch the person in the grassy knoll. That is why I completely believe there was two shooters. Now they said they did find bullets and his gun, but they never figured out. They have the footage, right? But they found Lee Harvey Oswald guilty. He did shoot one, I think. So one or two bullets. But I definitely believe there's two shooters because that bullet is not going to explode the front side of the head. It was almost impossible for that to happen, really. With the caliber they were using. So I definitely think that's false there. But I think if there wasn't two shooters, how? With the gun you're using, you have to aim because this side of the car, he has to aim over here, right? And kind of this way, so it hits the back of him, right? So that's just one conspiracy theory that I have there, and many people believe that there was two shooters. But the one other thing, oh Lord. People said they heard a shot come from the grassy knoll. Ooh, that's bad. That's really bad. You know why? Because now you know there was a shot heard from grassy knoll, and the grassy knoll is where most people think the shot was fired from. Ooh. So that's all I'm gonna say on that part. But mostly, I think the government is just trying to condone assassinations down because they don't want people finding the truth. But there's so many conspiracy theories about all these things. But I definitely do think that that what I say here is, of course, I'm being completely honest on what I think. I'm being completely honest on what I say. There is lots of conspiracy theories I'll probably cover on this podcast. I just need to work on getting them, into production. So I will be working on making the podcast. I'll continue making the podcast, trying to get the podcast where it needs to be as I try and move forward with the podcast productions. So I'm going to head and stop there on a note, and I will see y'all later. Goodbye.